First contact. Humanity joins the Galactic Council. The vast expanse of space stretched before Captain Elena Rodriguez as she guided the Earth's first faster-than-light ship, the ESS Horizon, towards the coordinates provided by the Galactic Council. After centuries of wondering if humanity was alone in the universe, first contact had been made. Now, as Earth's chosen representative, Elena carried the weight of her entire species on her shoulders. Status report, Elena called out, her voice steady despite the nervous energy coursing through her. Her second-in-command, Dr. Aiden Chen, responded from his station. All systems nominal, Captain. We're approaching the rendezvous point. ETA 5 minutes. Elena nodded, her dark eyes fixed on the view screen. Any sign of our welcoming committee? Before Aiden could answer, a flash of light erupted before them, coalescing into a massive structure that dwarfed the horizon. The station was a marvel of engineering, a gleaming construct of metals unknown to Earth, with sweeping arches and pulsing energy fields. I guess that answers your question, Aiden murmured, awe evident in his voice. As they approached, a communication channel opened. A melodious voice, tinged with an otherworldly quality, filled the bridge. Earth vessel, this is Galactic Council Station Harmony. You are cleared for docking in Bay 7. Welcome to the stars. Elena took a deep breath, squaring her shoulders. This is it, people. Let's make Earth proud. The docking procedure went smoothly, a testament to the advanced technology guiding them. As the airlock cycled, Elena led her small delegation into the station. They were immediately struck by the diversity of life forms moving through the bustling terminal. Beings of all shapes, sizes, and compositions went about their business. Some floated on anti-gravity fields, others slithered on multiple appendages, while still others seemed to phase in and out of reality itself. The tall, slender being with iridescent skin approached them. Greetings, humans. I am Zorix, your liaison to the Galactic Council. If you'll follow me, the Council is eager to meet you. As they walked, Zorix briefed them on Council etiquette and the proceedings to come. Elena listened intently, but she couldn't shake the feeling that Zorix was speaking to them as one might to a child. They entered a grand chamber, its ceiling lost in the heights above. Hundreds of alien delegates occupied tiered seating, their attention now focused on the human delegation. At the center, a raised dais held the seats of the High Counselors, representatives of the most influential species in the galaxy. High Counselor Therok, a being of living crystal, spoke first. His voice resonated through the chamber, translated instantly by the advanced systems surrounding them. Representatives of Earth, we welcome you to the Galactic Council. Your species has taken its first steps into a larger universe. We have watched your progress with great interest. Elena stepped forward, her voice clear and strong. On behalf of Earth and all of humanity, we thank you for this welcome. We come in peace, eager to learn and contribute to the galactic community. A ripple of what sounded like laughter spread through the chamber. Counselor Vexara, a being composed of swirling gases, spoke next. Contribute? My dear, your species is but an infant in cosmic terms. What could you possibly offer that we do not already possess? Elena felt a flash of indignation, but kept her composure. With respect, Counselor, every species must start somewhere. Humanity has overcome great challenges to reach this point. We have much to learn, but also unique perspectives and innovations to share. High Counselor Lyrith, an aquatic being suspended in a hovering tank, interjected. Let us not be hasty in judgment. The humans have indeed shown remarkable progress in a short time. Their adaptability is intriguing. The debate continued, with various counselors weighing in on humanity's potential place in the galactic order. Some were dismissive, others curious, and a few seemed genuinely welcoming. Through it all, Elena and her team stood firm, answering questions and presenting Earth's case for inclusion. As the session neared its end, a commotion at the back of the chamber drew everyone's attention. A group of beings, their bodies covered in crackling energy fields, burst in. Their leader, a fearsome figure with eyes like swirling nebulae, pointed an accusing finger at the human delegation. "Counselors, you cannot seriously consider admitting these primitives. They will bring nothing but chaos and destruction to our ordered galaxy." The chamber erupted in shouts and arguments. Alina exchanged a worried glance with Aiden. This was not how they had expected their introduction to galactic politics to go. High Counselor Therak raised his crystalline arms, calling for order. "Zarkax of the Voidborn, you were not invited to this session. State your grievance, and then leave, or you will be removed." Zarkax sneered, his energy field pulsing with anger. "My grievance is the very presence of these humans. We have observed their history, endless wars, destruction of their own environment, divisions among their own kind. They are not ready for the responsibilities of galactic citizenship." Elena felt her cheeks burn with a mix of shame and anger. Yes, humanity had made mistakes, but they had also achieved greatness. She stepped forward, her voice ringing out clear and strong. "It's true, we have made mistakes. We have fought wars and harmed our planet, but we have also created art that touches the soul, music that spans cultures, and scientific discoveries that have transformed our understanding of the universe. We have united in the face of global threats and reached for the stars not just with our technology, but with our dreams and imagination." She paused, looking around the chamber, meeting the eyes, or equivalent sensory organs, of as many delegates as she could. "We come here not claiming perfection, but with a sincere desire to learn, to grow, and to contribute. Our history has taught us harsh lessons, lessons we carry with us as we step onto the galactic stage. Judge us not just by our past, but by our potential and our commitment to a better future, for ourselves and for all sentient life." A hush fell over the chamber. Even Zarkax seemed taken aback by the passion and sincerity in Alina's words. After a moment, applause, or its alien equivalent, began to spread through the delegates. High Counselor Lyrith spoke, her voice carrying a note of approval. "Well said, Captain Rodriguez. It seems there is more to humans than some of us anticipated." Therak nodded, his crystalline form shimmering. "Indeed, while concerns have been raised, I believe they can be addressed through proper integration and oversight. I propose we grant Earth provisional membership in the Galactic Council, with a probationary period of 1 standard galactic cycle." The vote was taken, and despite some opposition, the motion passed. Earth was now officially part of the galactic community. As the session adjourned, delegates approached the human team, some offering congratulations, others thinly veiled warnings about the challenges to come. Alina felt a mix of elation and trepidation. They had achieved their primary goal, but she knew this was just the beginning. Zorix approached, a new respect evident in their manner. "Impressive, Captain Rodriguez. You've certainly made an impact on your first day. But be warned, you've also made some powerful enemies. The galaxy is not always a friendly place, especially for newcomers who upset the established order." Elena nodded, her expression determined. "We understand, Zorix. Humanity has faced challenges before. We'll face these new ones with the same spirit that brought us to the stars." As they prepared to return to the horizon to report their success to Earth, Elena couldn't shake the feeling that they were standing on the precipice of something monumental. Humanity had taken its first true steps into the galactic community, but what adventures, dangers, and wonders awaited them remained to be seen. What they did know was this: the galaxy had underestimated humanity. It was a mistake Elena suspected they wouldn't make for long. Underestimated. Humans face alien threats and prove their worth. 6 months had passed since Earth's induction into the Galactic Council, and the initial excitement had given way to a sobering reality. Humanity's position in the cosmic order was precarious at best, with many alien races viewing them as primitive upstarts unworthy of their seat at the table. Captain Elena Rodriguez stood on the bridge of the ESS Horizon, now one of a small fleet of human ships tasked with representing Earth's interests in the galaxy. The view screen before her displayed a vast starfield, punctuated by the sleek forms of alien vessels going about their business. "Captain," called out Lieutenant Sarah Mbeki from her station, "we're receiving a distress call from a nearby system. It's on an old Earth frequency." Alina's brow furrowed. "Put it through." A crackling voice filled the bridge, the fear in it palpable even through the static. "This is Dr. Elias Kumar of the Mars Colony Outpost. We're under attack by unknown forces. Our defenses are failing. Please, if anyone can hear this, we need help." The bridge crew exchanged shocked glances. The Mars Colony was Earth's first extraterrestrial settlement, established years before first contact. It was supposed to be a secret. How did they find Mars? Dr. Aiden Chen wondered aloud, voicing everyone's concern. Alina's jaw set in determination. "We can figure that out later. Right now, our people need us. Helm, set course for Mars, maximum speed. Alert Earth Command, and request backup." As the horizon streaked through space, Alina couldn't shake a growing sense of unease. This attack felt too convenient, too targeted. Were they being tested? Upon reaching Mars, they found chaos. Several ships of unknown design were bombarding the colony's protective dome, their weapons slowly but surely breaking through. "Life signs?" Alina asked, her voice tense. Sarah's fingers flew over her console. "Hundreds within the colony, Captain, but they're fading fast. The atmosphere is venting." "Weapons hot," Alina commanded. "Target the attackers' propulsion systems. Let's give them something else to think about." The horizon swooped into action, its advanced weaponry, a mix of human ingenuity and reverse-engineered alien tech, blazing. Two of the enemy ships were crippled before they could react, but the others quickly turned their attention to this new threat. Evasive maneuvers, Alina called out as energy beams lanced past them. "We need to buy time for the colonists." As they engaged in a deadly dance with the alien ships, a transmission cut through their comms. A harsh, guttural voice filled the bridge. "Humans, you dare interfere. This colony is illegal by Galactic Council law. We are the Krayaks, enforcers of Council edicts. Stand down or be destroyed with the criminals." Alina's mind raced. There was no such law, at least none that Earth had been informed of. This had to be a ruse, but to what end? "This is Captain Elena Rodriguez of Earth," she responded, her voice steady. "We have no record of any such law. Cease your attack immediately, and we can discuss this matter civilly." The only response was renewed fire from the Krayak ships. "So much for diplomacy," Aiden muttered. Elena nodded grimly. "Sometimes actions speak louder than words. All hands, prepare for close-quarters combat. We're going to show these enforcers what happens when you threaten humanity." What followed was a battle that would be remembered in human history for generations to come. The horizon, despite being outnumbered and facing superior technology, danced through space with a grace and unpredictability that left the Krayaks floundering. Alina's tactics were unorthodox by galactic standards. She used Mars gravity to slingshot around the planet, catching the enemy in devastating crossfires. When their shields began to fail, she ordered the use of electromagnetic pulses, a primitive technology by galactic standards, but one the Krayaks weren't prepared for. As the battle raged, Earth reinforcements arrived, not warships, but a fleet of civilian vessels. Mining ships, research vessels, even a passenger liner, all answered the call to defend their kind. The Krayaks commander's voice came through again, this time tinged with disbelief. "What is this madness? You send unarmed ships into battle." Alina allowed herself a small smile. "Not unarmed, just not armed the way you expect." The civilian ships deployed clouds of debris, mining waste, scrap metal, even water ice, creating a hazardous field that the Krayak ships struggled to navigate. Some vessels used powerful industrial lasers designed for cutting asteroid rock to slice through enemy hulls. In a final, desperate gambit, Alina ordered the Horizon to ram the Krayak's flagship, but not before ejecting the ship's core. The resulting explosion crippled both vessels, but left the Horizon's crew alive thanks to their emergency protocols. As the dust settled, the remaining Crack ships fled, leaving behind a graveyard of debris and a battered but triumphant human fleet. The Mars colony was saved, its ruptured dome quickly patched by the resourceful colonists. As Elena coordinated rescue efforts from a backup bridge, a new transmission came through, this time from the Galactic Council itself. High Counselor Lyrith's image appeared on screen, her aquatic features unreadable. "Captain Rodriguez, we've received reports of a battle in the Sol system. Explain yourself." Elena straightened, her uniform scuffed, but her resolve unshaken. "Counselor, we were responding to an attack on our Mars colony by ships claiming to be Council enforcers. They cited a law we have no knowledge of to justify their aggression." Lyrith's eyes narrowed. "We have no record of sanctioning any enforcement action in your system. The Cracks are known brigands, often impersonating authority to justify their piracy. It seems you've unveiled a plot we've long suspected, but could never prove." A wave of relief washed over Elena, quickly replaced by determination. "Then I formally request a full investigation into this incident, including an inquiry into how the Cracks learned of our colony's location." Lyrith nodded slowly. "Granted. Your actions today have raised many questions, Captain. Not least of which is how a fledgling spacefaring race managed to defeat a numerically superior force with advanced technology." Elena allowed herself a small smile. "Humanity has a long history of overcoming overwhelming odds, Counselor. When we work together, when we're pushed to our limits, we find ways to excel that often surprise even ourselves." "Indeed," Lyrith mused. "It seems we may have underestimated your species, Captain Rodriguez. Rest assured, that is not a mistake we will make again. The Council will convene to discuss this incident and its implications. I suspect many will be reevaluating their stance on humanity's place among us." As the transmission ended, Elena turned to her crew, battered but unbowed. "Well done, everyone. We've not only defended our own but shown the galaxy what humans are truly capable of." Aiden approached, a datapad in hand. "Captain, we're receiving messages from across Earth and the colonies. News of our victory is spreading fast. People are calling you a hero." Elena shook her head. "We're all heroes today, Aiden. Every human who stood up to defend our right to exist in this galaxy." She paused, looking out at the starfield, now littered with the remnants of battle. "But this is just the beginning. We've proven ourselves in combat, but now comes the real challenge." "What's that, Captain?" Sarah asked. "Proving we deserve our place in the galaxy not just through strength of arms, but through the strength of our character," Elena replied. "We've shown we can fight. Now we need to show we can build, create, and cooperate on a galactic scale." As the crew set about the task of repairs and recovery, Elena couldn't help but feel a sense of pride mixed with apprehension. Humanity had faced its first true extraterrestrial threat and emerged victorious. But the cost had been high, and the scrutiny they now faced from the galactic community would be intense. Yet, as she watched her crew work tirelessly to aid the Mars colonists and salvage what they could from the battle, Elena felt a surge of hope. If this was how humans responded to adversity on a cosmic scale, then perhaps they truly did have something unique to offer the galaxy. The Cracks had underestimated humanity, as had much of the Galactic Council. As news of the battle spread across the stars, Elena knew that perceptions would begin to shift. Humanity was no longer just the new primitive species on the galactic stage. They were a force to be reckoned with, for better or worse. As the Horizon limped back to Earth for repairs, Elena made a silent vow. She would ensure that humanity's rise in galactic standing would be a force for good, a beacon of hope in a vast and often dangerous cosmos. The galaxy may have underestimated them, but humanity would show that their true strength lay not just in their ability to fight, but in their capacity for compassion, innovation, and unbreakable determination. The battle for humanity's place in the stars had only just begun. Rising stars. Earth's military prowess shocks the galaxy. In the 2 years following the Mars incident, humanity's standing in the galactic community had undergone a dramatic shift. No longer dismissed as primitive newcomers, humans were now viewed with a mix of curiosity, respect, and no small amount of fear. Admiral Elena Rodriguez, newly promoted after her heroics at Mars, stood before the United Earth Defense Council. The chamber, a blend of classical architecture and advanced holographic displays, hummed with tension. "Admiral, your report, please," General Yuki Tanaka, head of the council, prompted. Elena nodded, her voice clear and confident. "In the past 6 months, we've successfully repelled 3 major incursions into Earth-controlled space. The Krayaks have not dared to show their faces since Mars, but others have tried to test our defenses." She waved her hand, and a holographic star map appeared, dotted with markers indicating battle sites. The Vorax Hive attempted to establish a beachhead in the Kuiper Belt. The Zethar Dominion probed our defenses at Alpha Centauri. And most recently, the Grax Consortium tried to raid our mining operations on Europa. "And the outcomes?" asked Counselor Omar Bashir, leaning forward intently. A small smile tugged at Elena's lips. "Total victories, sir. Minimal casualties on our side, with significant losses for the aggressors." Murmurs of approval rippled through the chamber. General Tanaka's expression remained stern, but there was a glint of pride in her eyes. "Impressive, Admiral. But I suspect our enemies are learning, adapting. What's our next move?" Before Elena could respond, an aide rushed in, whispering urgently to General Tanaka. The general's eyes widened. "It seems our next move has been decided for us. We've just received an emergency transmission from the Galactic Council. The Kintari Republic, one of the core worlds, is under attack by an unknown force. They're requesting immediate assistance." Silence fell over the chamber. The Kintari were one of the oldest and most advanced civilizations in the galaxy. For them to request help, especially from Earth, was unprecedented. Elena straightened, her mind already racing with tactical possibilities. "General, with your permission, I'd like to lead our response personally." General Tanaka nodded gravely. "Granted, Admiral. Take the First Fleet. Show the galaxy what humanity can do." As Elena strode out of the chamber, she couldn't help but feel the weight of this moment. This wasn't just another battle. This was humanity's chance to prove they weren't just capable defenders, but valuable allies. 12 hours later, the First Fleet dropped out of FTL on the outskirts of the Kintari system. The scene that greeted them was one of chaos. Massive ships of an unknown configuration were laying waste to the Kintari defense grid. The once beautiful emerald world of Kintari Prime was scared with impact craters visible even from orbit. "Life signs on the planet?" Elena asked, her voice tense. "Millions, Admiral," reported Commander Zhen Chen, her sensor officer. "But they're fading fast. The enemy is using some kind of energy weapon that's disrupting the planet's electromagnetic field. It's wreaking havoc on their technology and biology." Elena's jaw set. "Open a channel to the Kintari command." A hologram flickered to life, revealing a Kintari official. Their crystalline form was cracked and dulled, a sign of extreme stress for their species. "This is Admiral Elena Rodriguez of Earth. We're here to help." The Kintari's faceted eyes seemed to pulse with relief. "Admiral, we are grateful for your swift response, but I fear you've arrived only to witness our extinction. These invaders, we've never seen anything like them. Our weapons are useless." Elena's mind raced, analyzing the battle before her. The unknown enemy ships were massive, easily dwarfing even the largest Kintari cruisers. But their movements were ponderous, predictable. "We haven't come to witness anything," Elena declared. "We've come to fight. Can you give us access to your defense grid?" The Kintari official hesitated for a moment before nodding. "It's yours to command, Admiral. May your strategy prove more effective than ours." Elena turned to her crew, her eyes blazing with determination. "All right, people, Let's show them why you don't underestimate humanity. Commander Chen, I want a full analysis of those enemy ships. Find me a weakness. Lieutenant Okafor, prepare our EMP warheads. Ensign Patel, plot us a course that uses Kinturi's moons for cover. As her crew sprang into action, Elena opened a channel to the rest of the fleet. All ships, this is Admiral Rodriguez. We're facing an enemy of unknown capabilities, but that's never stopped humanity before. Remember Mars. Remember what we're fighting for. Not just for Earth now, but for all sentient life. Let's make history. The battle that followed would be studied in war colleges across the galaxy for centuries to come. Elena's strategy was a masterclass in asymmetric warfare. The First Fleet, though technologically inferior and vastly outnumbered, danced around the lumbering enemy ships like mosquitoes harassing elephants. They used the Kinturi moons as cover, popping out to launch devastating hit-and-run attacks before disappearing again. The EMP warheads, a technology most advanced races considered obsolete, proved devastatingly effective against the energy-based systems of the invaders. Elena coordinated with the remaining Kinturi forces, using their intimate knowledge of the system to set up ambushes and traps. She even ordered her ships to collect debris from destroyed vessels, using it to create navigational hazards that the enemy ships, unused to such primitive tactics, blundered into. The tide began to turn. One by one, the massive enemy ships began to fall. Their energy weapons, while devastating, proved slow to recharge, a weakness Elena exploited ruthlessly. As the battle reached its climax, Elena made a bold decision. All ships, focus fire on the enemy flagship. Commander Chen, prepare to broadcast on all frequencies, including any we've detected from the enemy. When the enemy flagship's shields finally flickered and died, Elena opened a channel. Her message was simple but powerful. Unknown aggressors, you have attacked a peaceful world without provocation. You have caused untold suffering and death. But you have also awoken the united fury of the galaxy. We, humanity, stand with the Kinturi and all free peoples. Withdraw now or face total annihilation. This is your only warning. For a tense moment, nothing happened. Then, to the shock of all watching, the remaining enemy ships began to retreat. Their movements were hurried, almost panicked. As the last invader ship winked out of the system, a cheer went up across the fleet. They had done it. Humanity had saved one of the oldest civilizations in the galaxy. In the aftermath, as relief efforts began and diplomats scrambled to make sense of what had happened, Elena found herself in a conversation with the Kinturi High Counselor, their crystalline form now vibrant and gleaming. Admiral Rodriguez, the counselor's thoughts resonated directly in Elena's mind, a sign of great respect among the Kinturi. You and your people have done the impossible. You've saved not just our world, but quite possibly the entire galaxy. These invaders, we believe they came from beyond the galactic rim. No one has ever defeated them before. Elena nodded solemnly. We were glad to help, Counselor. This is what allies do for each other. The Kinturi's form shimmered, an expression of deep emotion. Allies, yes, but perhaps something more. In all our eons of existence, we have never encountered a species quite like humanity. Your adaptability, your tenacity, your willingness to defend others at great cost to yourselves. These are rare qualities indeed. We're not perfect, Elena admitted. We have our flaws, our darker impulses, but we strive to be better, to reach for the stars not just with our ships, but with our ideals. The counselor's next words would reshape the galaxy's perception of humanity forever. Perhaps that is what makes you unique. You are young, yet wise, powerful, yet compassionate, primitive in some ways, yet innovators in others. Admiral Rodriguez, I believe we have all underestimated humanity's potential. You may very well be the guardians this galaxy has long needed. As Elena prepared to return to Earth, news of humanity's victory was spreading across the galaxy at FTL speeds. The species that had been mocked and underestimated had proven themselves to be not just capable fighters, but selfless defenders of galactic peace. Humanity's star was rising, and the galaxy would never be the same. Diplomatic dance. Humans navigate complex interstellar politics. The Grand Hall of the Galactic Council buzzed with an energy unlike anything seen in millennia. Representatives from hundreds of species filled the chamber, their conversations a cacophony of languages, translated seamlessly by advanced AI systems. At the center of it all stood Admiral Elena Rodriguez, now Earth's primary representative to the Council. Elena straightened her formal uniform, adorned with the newly minted insignia of the Galactic Defense Force. The events of the past year had catapulted humanity from galactic newcomers to a central player in interstellar politics. Their pivotal role in repelling the extragalactic invaders, now known as the Void Swarm, had earned them respect, admiration, and no small amount of wariness from other species. High Counselor Lyrith's voice rang out, calling the session to order. Esteemed colleagues, we convene today to address the shifting dynamics of our galactic community. The recent crisis has exposed vulnerabilities in our defenses and raised questions about our readiness for external threats. We must adapt, and quickly. Elena felt the weight of countless alien gazes upon her as Lyrith continued. To that end, we will be discussing a proposal to establish a unified galactic defense force, with significant input and leadership from Earth. A murmur rippled through the chamber. Vexera, the gaseous entity who had once dismissed humanity's potential, spoke up. While we cannot deny the humans' effectiveness in combat, are we truly prepared to entrust them with such responsibility? They are still, by galactic standards, in their infancy. Elena stepped forward, her voice clear and resolute. Counselor Vexera, with respect, age does not always equate to wisdom or capability. Humanity has proven itself not just in battle, but in our willingness to sacrifice for the greater good. We don't seek to dominate, but to cooperate, to lend our unique perspectives and abilities to the defense of all sentient life. Zarkax, the Voidborn representative who had once vehemently opposed humanity's inclusion in the Council, surprisingly spoke in their favor. I once thought as you did, Vexera, but I have seen these humans in action. They possess a adaptability and innovative spirit that many of us, set in our ancient ways, have lost. Perhaps it is time for new blood in our leadership. The debate raged on, with various factions arguing for and against increased human involvement in galactic affairs. Elena found herself engaged in a complex dance of diplomacy, addressing concerns, making allies, and navigating the labyrinthine politics of a million-year-old institution. As the session recessed for deliberations, Elena found herself approached by an unexpected figure, Xandri, representative of the enigmatic architects, a species so advanced they rarely involve themselves in galactic politics. Xandri's form shimmered, a being of pure energy barely contained in a humanoid shape. When they spoke, it was directly into Elena's mind. You walk a dangerous path, human. Many fear your kind's potential. They see in you echoes of their own pasts, the drive that led to greatness, and to terrible wars. Elena met Xandri's gaze steadily. We're aware of the responsibility we bear. Humanity has learned harsh lessons from our own history. We don't seek to repeat the mistakes of the past, ours or anyone else's. Bold words, Xandri's thoughts resonated with a hint of amusement. But can you back them with action? The galaxy stands at a crossroads. The old order is crumbling. What rises to replace it will shape the fate of countless beings for eons to come. We hope to be a positive force in that new order, Elena replied, to bring our creativity, our determination, and yes, our capacity for compassion to bear on the challenges we all face. Xandri's form pulsed, an expression Elena had learned to interpret as deep contemplation. Perhaps, watch yourself, Elena Rodriguez. Not all in this chamber wish you or your species well. Old powers do not relinquish their grip easily. With that cryptic warning, Sandri glided away, leaving Elena to ponder their words as the council reconvened. The final vote was close, but in the end, the proposal passed. Earth would play a central role in the new Galactic Defense Force, with Elena herself appointed as its first admiral. As the session concluded, Elena found herself surrounded by a mix of well-wishers and those offering thinly veiled warnings. The political landscape had shifted dramatically, and humanity now found itself at the center of a complex web of alliances, rivalries, and hidden agendas. Later, in a private meeting with her advisors, Elena outlined the challenges ahead. "We've won a major victory today, but our work is just beginning. We need to prove that the Council's trust in us is not misplaced." Dr. Aiden Chen, now Earth's chief xenobiologist, nodded gravely. "We're going to face resistance. Not everyone is happy with our new position." "No," Elena agreed. "But we have allies too. We need to cultivate those relationships, show that we're not just good in a fight, but that we can be diplomatic leaders as well." Lieutenant Sarah Mbeki, recently promoted to head of intelligence, spoke up. "Admiral, we've been detecting some concerning chatter. There are factions out there who see us as a threat to the established order. We may face attempts to undermine or even sabotage our efforts." Elena's expression hardened. "Then we'll need to be vigilant. We didn't come this far to be pushed aside by those afraid of change, but we also can't afford to be seen as aggressors. It's a delicate balance." As they discussed strategies and potential pitfalls, a transmission came through from Earth. It was General Tanaka, her holographic form flickering into view. "Admiral, congratulations on the Council's decision, but we have a situation developing that requires your immediate attention." Elena straightened, instantly alert. "What's happened, General?" "We've detected unusual activity in the Arcturus system. It appears to be a massive construction project, but it's not sanctioned by the Council. Initial scans suggest technology far beyond anything we've encountered, possibly even surpassing the architects." The implications were staggering. An unsanctioned megastructure, built with hyper-advanced technology, could shift the balance of power in the galaxy overnight. "Have you informed the Council?" Elena asked. General Tanaka shook her head. "Not yet. We wanted your input first. This is a delicate situation. If we bring this to the Council, it could cause panic. If we investigate on our own, we could be seen as overstepping our authority." Elena considered for a moment, weighing the political ramifications against the potential threat. "We need more information before we make a move. Sarah, I want your best intelligence team on this. Covered operations only. Aiden, see if you can reach out to your scientific contacts, especially among the more advanced species. Maybe someone knows something they're not sharing with the Council." As her team sprang into action, Elena couldn't shake a feeling of unease. They had achieved so much, risen so far in the galactic community. But with their new position came new dangers, new responsibilities. The galaxy was changing, and humanity was at the heart of that change. "General," Elena said, her voice filled with determination, "tell Earth Command to be ready. I have a feeling we're about to face our greatest challenge yet." As the hologram faded, Elena turned to look out at the stars visible from her office on the Council station. Somewhere out there, forces were moving, plots were unfolding. Humanity had proven itself in war, in crisis. Now they would have to prove themselves in the equally dangerous arena of galactic politics. The Arcturus mystery loomed, a potential flashpoint that could ignite tensions across the galaxy. But Elena felt a surge of pride and determination. Humanity had been underestimated before. They had risen to every challenge thrown their way. Whatever came next, they would face it together, with the same spirit that had carried them from their first tentative steps into space to their current position as a linchpin of galactic security. The stars seemed to shine a little brighter, as if in acknowledgement of the pivotal role humanity now played in the grand cosmic dance. The galaxy had underestimated them for the last time. Now it was humanity's turn to show just what they were truly capable of. Apex revealed. Humanity's true potential emerges. The Arcturus system blazed on the holographic display in the war room of the GSS Horizon, flagship of the newly formed Galactic Defense Force. Admiral Elena Rodriguez studied the swirling data streams, her brow furrowed in concentration. The mysterious construction project had grown exponentially in the weeks since its discovery, defying all known laws of engineering and physics. "What are we looking at, people?" Elena asked, her voice cutting through the tense silence. Dr. Aiden Chen stepped forward, his normally calm demeanor shaken. "Admiral, it's like nothing we've ever seen. The structure appears to be drawing energy directly from the fabric of space-time itself. It's rewriting the laws of physics on a local level." Lieutenant Sarah Mbiki, her face grim, added, "Our intelligence suggests multiple species are involved, including some we thought were bitter enemies. Whatever this is, it's big enough to unite forces that haven't cooperated in millennia." Elena nodded, processing the information. "And the Council?" "Still deadlocked," Sarah replied. "Some want to send in the fleet immediately. Others are calling for caution, fearing we might provoke a war we can't win." Elena stood, her decision made. "We can't wait for the Council to debate this into oblivion. Humanity didn't come this far to watch from the sidelines, while the fate of the galaxy hangs in the balance. Prep the fleet. We're going in." As the Horizon led a task force of ships from various allied species towards Arcturus, Elena couldn't shake a feeling of impending doom. This wasn't just another battle or diplomatic crisis. Something fundamental was shifting in the galaxy, and humanity was flying right into the heart of it. The fleet dropped out of FTL at the edge of the Arcturus system, and collective gasps echoed across every ship. The construct was massive beyond comprehension, a lattice of energy and matter that enveloped the entire star. Ships of various designs swarmed around it like insects, some recognizable, others completely alien. "Life signs?" Elena asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "Millions, Admiral," Aiden replied, his voice filled with awe. "From dozens of species, some we've never encountered before." Before Elena could respond, a transmission cut through their comms. A figure appeared on screen, its form constantly shifting, as if it couldn't decide on a single shape. When it spoke, its voice resonated with power that seemed to vibrate the very hull of the ship. "Humans," the being said, its tone neither friendly nor hostile. "We wondered when you would arrive. You stand at the precipice of a new age. The question is, will you leap forward or cling to the past?" Elena stepped forward, her voice steady despite the gravity of the moment. "I am Admiral Elena Rodriguez of the Galactic Defense Force. We've come seeking answers. What is this construct? Who are you?" The being's form settled briefly into a vaguely humanoid shape. "We are the Convergence, Elena Rodriguez. We are the future. This construct is the culmination of eons of evolution and technological advancement. It is the key to transcending the physical limitations that have bound sentient life since the dawn of time." Murmurs of shock and disbelief rippled through the bridge. Elena's mind raced, trying to grasp the implications. "Transcendence. You're talking about ascending to a higher plane of existence." "Precisely," the being confirmed. "The barriers between dimensions are thinning. The energy of creation itself is within our grasp. We invite all sentient species to join us in this great leap forward." Elena's tactical mind immediately grasped the danger. "And those who don't wish to join, what becomes of them?" The being's form rippled, a gesture that might have been a shrug. "Evolution favors the adaptable, Admiral. Those who cannot or will not ascend will find themselves obsolete in the new order of the cosmos." The threat was clear, even if left unspoken. Join or be left behind, or worse. Elena turned to her crew, seeing the mix of fear, wonder, and determination on their faces. This was it, the moment that would define not just humanity's place in the galaxy, but the fate of all sentient life. "Open a channel to the fleet," Elena commanded. Once ready, she spoke, her voice carrying across hundreds of ships and thousands of beings. "This is Admiral Rodriguez to all ships. We stand at a crossroads unlike any in galactic history. The Convergence offers a path to unimaginable power and knowledge. But at what cost? Our individuality, our free will, the very essence of what makes us who we are." She paused, letting her words sink in. Humanity has been called primitive, violent, unpredictable. But we've also been called innovative, compassionate, and fiercely protective of life in all its forms. Today, we must be all of these things. Alina's voice grew stronger, filled with the indomitable spirit that had carried humanity to the stars. We will not be coerced into evolution. We will not abandon those who choose to remain as they are. If transcendence is to come, it must be a choice freely made by each individual, each species. She turned back to the view screen, addressing the Convergence directly. "We reject your ultimatum. Humanity, and our allies, will forge our own path to the future, one that respects the dignity and autonomy of all sentient beings." For a moment, silence reigned. Then the Convergence spoke again, its tone now cold and menacing. "You speak boldly, human, but you cannot stop the inevitable. The ascension will proceed, with or without your cooperation." Energy began to build around the construct, reality itself seeming to warp and twist. Alina knew they had only moments to act. "All ships, battle formations," she commanded. "Focus fire on the energy conduits feeding the central hub. We need to disrupt their power source." What followed was a battle that would be remembered for eons to come. The fleet, vastly outgunned and facing technology beyond their comprehension, fought with everything they had. Human ingenuity and determination met advanced alien technology in a spectacular display of courage and tactical brilliance. Alina coordinated the assault, using the unique abilities of each species in their coalition to maximum effect. Kintari crystal ships refracted energy beams back at the construct. Zethar gravity manipulators created corridors of warped space for smaller attack craft to penetrate the Convergence's defenses. And at the heart of it all, humanity's adaptability and never-say-die attitude inspired even their most alien allies to fight beyond their limits. As the battle raged, something unexpected began to happen. Ships from neutral or even hostile species began to join the fight against the Convergence. The construct's power wavered, its hold on the fabric of reality weakening. In a final, desperate gambit, Alina ordered the Horizon to ram the central hub, planning to detonate their experimental quantum core to disrupt the ascension process. It was a suicide mission, but one she was prepared to lead herself. But as the Horizon approached its target, it was surrounded by a sphere of energy. Alina found herself transported to a realm beyond physical reality, face to face with the true form of the Convergence, a collective consciousness of countless ascended beings. "Why do you resist so fiercely?" the Convergence asked, genuine curiosity in its multitude of voices. "We offer the ultimate evolution, the end of all suffering and limitation." Alina stood her ground, her humanity a beacon in this realm of pure energy and thought, because the struggle is what gives life meaning. Our limitations, our differences, our individuality. These are not weaknesses to be transcended, but the very essence of what makes life beautiful and worth living. She gestured to the battle raging in the physical realm. "Look at what you've accomplished. You've united the galaxy, but not in ascension, in resistance, in the defense of free will and the right of all beings to choose their own path." The Convergence was silent for a long moment. Then, slowly, understanding seemed to dawn across its collective consciousness. Perhaps we have been too hasty. In our rush to evolve, we nearly became the very thing we sought to transcend, a force of cosmic dictation rather than cosmic harmony. Reality shifted, and Alina found herself back on the bridge of the Horizon. The construct began to power down, its reality-warping energy dissipating harmlessly into space. The voice of the Convergence echoed one last time across all channels. "We have much to learn, it seems. Humanity has shown us a different path. not of forced ascension, but of cooperative growth. We will withdraw to reflect on these lessons. But we will be watching, Admiral Rodriguez. The galaxy's future is in your hands now. As the construct faded from existence and the Allied fleet regrouped, Alina felt the weight of the Convergence's final words. Humanity had faced its greatest challenge and emerged victorious not through superior firepower or technology, but through the very qualities that many had once dismissed as primitive or irrelevant. In the days that followed, as the galaxy reeled from the averted crisis, a new era dawned. Humanity found itself at the center of a transformed galactic community. No longer underestimated, they were now looked to for leadership, for their unique blend of innovation, compassion, and unyielding determination. Alina, standing before the Galactic Council to report on the Arcturus incident, felt a profound sense of both pride and responsibility. We have all been changed by these events, she concluded her speech. We've seen the heights of technological achievement, but also the importance of holding on to our essential selves. As we move forward, let us do so not in fear of the unknown, but in celebration of our diversity and the strength we find in unity. The council chamber erupted in applause, a sound that echoed across the galaxy. Humanity had proven itself not just as warriors or diplomats, but as the guardians of the very essence of sentient life. They were no longer the newcomers, the underdogs, or the primitives. They were, at last, recognized for what they had always been, a species of limitless potential, the apex of adaptation and resilience. And as the stars continued their eternal dance, the galaxy looked to humanity to lead the way into a future bright with possibility.